And good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Orange Fire Media Podcast. This is episode number 4, and I'm Russ Reneau. Thanks for joining us here live on YouTube. You can catch us also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. And just want to tell you how to get in touch with me. You can email me at russ@orange-fire.com, or you can reach me at all the social media platforms at Orange Fire Media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. You can find us there. So tonight, you know, the thing that sets us apart in this UFC podcast world is that we do open some products on this show, and I try to get to at least one box a week. And you see, we've got a couple of boxes of the new Immaculate just dropped this week on Wednesday. Some people had it before that, had the first off the line issue. Got mine in on Friday. So I'm going to open one box tonight, and going to also open a box of Chronicles retail and some Optic retail just to kind of fill in some time, give us some different products, because if I open something every week, eventually I'm going to run out. So got to ration this stuff off. You see, we've got that box of Prism out there in your top left of your screen. I've got some Optic hobby boxes that I've been holding on to, and I'll talk about some other news about some new things coming out in the near future. But big thing tonight is that box of Immaculate right in front of us, staring us right in the face. That will be the last thing that we get to, obviously, because everybody watching, I'm sure that you want to see that opened up, and we will see what is inside of that. So really looking forward to that coming up. So just want to welcome everyone in. If you're watching for the first time, this is our fourth show, second time live. Sorry we couldn't be live last week. I wasn't feeling great, didn't know if I was going to make it all the way through the show, but got it recorded and put it up, and so now good to go this week. And just want to appreciate everyone joining us for the first time. This is supposed to be a family-friendly podcast. This is devoted to the hobby of trading cards and UFC. Just want a place that is kind of different from the other UFC podcasts, where you can let your children watch this as they're involved in the hobby, and you kind of get them into collecting. This is a place they can come, and the language is going to be clean, and that you don't have too much to worry about. Just having some fun, talking about fights, and opening some new products coming out. So another thing that we do on the show is what we do before we open up cards is I go through my hobby top 5, and that is the top 5 fighters as far as the hobby is concerned at the time, not the pound for pound rankings, but this is just a reflection of who's hot in the hobby, who people are collecting, who people are spending a lot of money on, who people are looking for. We'll have that hobby top 5 coming up before we get into these cards tonight. And also want to talk about some new products coming out, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. So as you see there, that's what we'll get to it later on, not all of it, just the 3 right there in front of you. But want to talk about what happened at Fight Night last night from Las Vegas in the Apex, in that main event in the women's flyweight division. And it was number 10, Erin Blanchfield, taking on third-ranked Jessica Andrade. And Erin Blanchfield tore through Jessica Andrade with a second-round submission. Just a sensational performance by Blanchfield, really solidifying her spot as a top contender. And she wants that winner of Valentina Shevchenko and Alexa Grasso. That's coming up. When is that? Got it on the schedule, UFC 285, March 4th. So 2 weeks from now, they will fight for that women's flyweight championship, Shevchenko and Grasso. And we have to see where Erin Blanchfield fits in after that. But I think after last night, everybody wants to see the Bullet take on Erin Blanchfield in the sometime down the road in the summer. What a great matchup that would be. A lot of things to work out though. Manon Fiorot, she's been sensational as well, but she may not be as ready. Said she's not as ready, and Erin Blanchfield's not going to. From what she said last night, she's not going to back down from anything. So quite a performance from her last night, and a lot to look forward to as we go down the line in the women's flyweight division. not a great card last night as far as just big names and big fights to watch, but I do like to touch on some of the other notes when we don't have those big marquee fights that we were used to last week. What we're going to have coming up in a couple of weeks from now. But I want to touch on Jim Miller. And let's see here. Jim Miller, he was defeated by Alexander Hernandez by a decision. But the news about Jim Miller this week, he's been around so long that he wants to become the only fighter to claim to have competed at UFC 100, UFC 200, and UFC 300, which it should be in December. Should be the one of the last events of the year this year. So he wants to go out, and he wants that to be his last fight. So set himself up to be in a position to do that, even though he had the loss. But I think he earned himself a chance to go out in that fashion later on in the year. Want to talk about also Ovince St. Preux in the light heavyweight matchup against Philippe Lenz, and Lenz just took it to him right from the get-go. Finished Ovince St. Preux in 49 seconds. So it looks like OSP is kind of on his way out the door, and also just want to talk about fighters as they are looking to go out the door. And Mayra Bueno Silva in the women's bantamweight division, getting submission victory over Lena Landsberg. That was a top 15 matchup, 12 against 14. Landsberg 12, Bueno Silva 14, and Lena Landsberg retiring after that fight, announcing that after that. So those are the notes from last night's event. Obviously, Erin Blanchfield stole the show, and I'm sure she will be talked about for quite a while on this show and others, until we get to that matchup between the probable winner between Grasso and Shevchenko. One of the other things that we do on the show is kind of look at things that are coming up, and next week we got the fight night, another one from the Apex in Las Vegas, February 25th. We got a light heavyweight matchup, top 10 matchup between number 6 Nikita Krylov and now number 8 Ryan Spann. He moved up in the rankings a little bit this week, so that's the featured matchup in next week's Apex event fight night on February 25th, and that precedes UFC 285, March 4th in Las Vegas from the T-Mobile Arena. That's John Jones and Cyril Gane, huge matchup for the vacant heavyweight championship, and then that Valentina Shevchenko, Alexa Grasso matchup that we were talking about. Another thing from UFC 285 that was announced this week is that Jalen Turner, he was supposed to fight Dan Hooker. Turner's ranked 10th and Hooker's ranked 11th. Supposed to square off in the lightweight division, and he does have an opponent now as Hooker pulled out, and he will now take on 7th ranked Mateusz Gamrot. So a great matchup there for Jalen Turner to keep moving up in the rankings. So a lot to look forward to in UFC 285, and we'll talk about that more next week. So now we get to our hobby top 5 as we are almost set to get into those boxes for tonight. It's going to be a little bit shorter show. It's not much to talk about as far as the fights go, but really looking forward to getting to the Immaculate, kind of anxious to get there. And so we'll do that pretty quickly. So without further ado, we will talk about our hobby top 5 for the week. It actually remains unchanged from last week when we debuted this. And we'll start at number 5. And I'm going to stick with Conor McGregor at number 5. Just with the Ultimate Fighter coming up with Michael Chandler in what just proves to be an explosive matchup, probably early fall this year, that Conor McGregor is going to hold that number 5 spot as somebody in the hobby that people are going to be after, just because it more appeals to the general fan, the fans that don't watch the UFC all the time, like a lot of us do. So then we go to number 4, also remains unchanged. Go with Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's got a matchup coming up He'll be on the UFC 285 card. He'll be facing Jeff Neal in the welterweight division to see if he can keep moving up. He's ranked number 10 right now in the welterweight division and has been moving up at a quick pace and really becoming a big name in the hobby that people are really after. And really everything's unchanged this week, and hopefully we'll see some movement here. In the coming weeks, these things might go pretty slow as the product comes out pretty slow, and the new rookie class hasn't come out yet, but we'll talk about that in a second. Number 3 is Sugar Sean O'Malley. Number 2, Khamzat Chimaev. And number 1 position for now, this could change, Islam Makhachev after the win over Alex Volkanovski. And as we said last week, the Volk lost that matchup, and I made the case that he, should probably hang on to the pound-for-pound title, just moving up and having a great showing, proved that he belonged in the same class as Makhachev, and he did hold on to the pound-for-pound rankings, even though UFC, prematurely came out with those graphics that said that Islam was the new pound-for-pound champion. But in my mind, I thought Volkanovski did enough to hang on to it, and a lot of people agreed, and so he's still the pound-for-pound number 1. But, a lot of the rumors surrounding that victory for Islam, the use of the IV, who knows what the truth is there. UFC isn't investigating it, but we have seen it affect people a little bit, that giving some credit to it in the hobby, starting to see some of the Islam prices slide a little bit. People trying to unload some Islam before, some big news comes out, just trying to prepare for the worst. So you do that sometime in the hobby. Sometimes you get burned that way, but, hopefully, people are, hanging on to Islam for a little bit to see how that plays out. So I want to talk about some news this week from Panini. That is the company that holds all the rights, all the official rights to UFC products. And so we know that Immaculate was released on Wednesday for sale. Like I said, that was a quick turnaround. I got mine on Friday. And they also put on the website on Wednesday, they put the 2023 Panini Prism UFC hobby boxes up on the website, not for sale yet, but they did put them up there. Don't have a checklist yet. They had the box for it, but it's not been released. So we'll be looking for that in the next couple of weeks to see who all the rookies are going to be. We know that Alex Pereira is going to be in there, the middleweight champion. Don't know what other rookies in there. Probably see some Erin Blanchfield. And we'll see what others come out of that. See how quickly some of these rookies were able to get into that set. So that'll be something really to look for in the coming weeks. And I'll let you know as soon as we have a release date and when we can look for that. And I'll buy some, and we'll open, at least a box of hobby on the show. That's really what we want to do. Is we kind of want to, now that we've got the show going, got it rolling, that we just want to have new products on all the time. As I said, we got the Immaculate here just in time for this show. I actually didn't think that we'd have it this week. I thought that I'd be waiting till next week for this, but just got a great gift. Do want to let everybody know about a contest that I'm going to be running. That I really want to build this podcast. Really want people to watch, subscribe, and so I'm going to be giving away 5 fighter lots, one of your choice. But if we can get 100 subscribers in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to give away all 5 of these lots. And let me just show those to you right now instead of talking about them. So got these with me tonight, and every lot has a numbered card in it. And I'll show that to you first. So I've got a John Jones lot. There's the numbered card of Phoenix. And there are 10 cards in this John Jones lot. Those actually are all from Chronicles. Also got a 10 card Jan Blachowicz lot with that 23 of 99, the black from Chronicles, and a couple of mixed in of Blachowicz and Optic and some Donruss and an older Prism from last year. Got a 9-card lot of Robert Whitaker. There's another Phoenix right there. That one's numbered to 199. Some Chronicles and Optics, some select of Robert Whitaker, Prism from last year. 7-card lot of Justin Gaethje. There's a numbered Contenders Optic right there. Some Elite, just mixed in. So maybe some stuff you already have, but wanted to offer up a numbered card in all of these lots. And a Holly Holm, 9-card lot here as well. See the Elite numbered right there to 99. So, and you know, if we pull anything out of these retail boxes, we'll add those to it. Won't add the Immaculate to it, but if we pull something out of the retail boxes, those will go into those lots as well. So we'll be giving away one of those to a subscriber. So subscribe right now on YouTube, and you have your chance to win your choice. John Jones, Jan Blachowicz, Robert Whitaker, Justin Gaethje, and Holly Holm. You get your choice of those. If we get 100 subscribers, then I'm going to give away all 5. I don't know if it's going to be to one person or to 5 different people. May have a draft, first pick, 1 through 5. We'll see how it goes, see what everybody wants to do. But really enjoy your feedback on that, how you want that to work out. But really want everybody to enter. If you have any friends who would be interested in this podcast, please let them know that contest is going on. If I can figure out how you referred them, I'll give you an extra entry. But really want to grow this to at least 100 subscribers in the next 2 weeks so that I can give away all 5. That'd be awesome. Would really appreciate that. And that's just the kind of things that I want to do going forward is make those available to you. And as I said, anything that I open on the show is available for purchase. You can make me an offer. And again, that email address is Russ, R-U-S-S, @orange-fire.com. And you can reach me that way and just say, hey, I'm really interested in that card. You can also find me in the UFC Sports Card Facebook group. Kevin Fernandez, greatest UFC breaker out there, I believe. Just a really great group to be a part of, over 9,000 members. That's a space where you can find a lot of stuff for sale, people looking for things, selling things. Really great community to be a part of. Had just great experiences across the board with everybody in there. And that's a great place to go if you're interested in this hobby, is to join that group on Facebook. So let's get to it. So obviously, going to start off slow. We got to build up, right? So we're going to start. It's actually the first hanger that I bought this year. So let me get the gloves out, just in case. Definitely need that for the Immaculate. And if you're new to the hobby, hobby boxes are what you want. If you can afford them, that's usually the way to go, because you're guaranteed 2 autographs, more numbered cards, more of the retail products. Numbered cards are going to be really hard to come by. I'm kind of just looking for the diamond in the rough. With the Optic, you're kind of looking for the photon parallels, but not a whole lot of autograph hunting as far as the retail stuff goes. Just kind of looking to fill sets and just kind of pull, stuff of your favorite fighters. So I haven't had a whole lot of luck with retail this year, but I do like to have it on the show because, it keeps me from spending too much money on products on the show, and it gives us something to do. So let's go through this first pack of Optic. Like I said, first hanger that I bought this year. So let's see what we got. And I'll go through every card because there are people that are going to be listening on the audio version of the podcast and won't be able to see it, but you can at least hear what's in there. And so I'll go through every card. This is 2022 Optic, and these are base cards right now. Anderson Silva, Jessica Andrade, there we go, Sugar Sean O'Malley, Habib, Nurmagomedov, Holly Holm. So now that lot is up to 10. Gilbert Burns, Bryce Mitchell, Alexander Rakic, Alex Perez, Rafael Dos Anjos, Blue Parallel, Carla Esparza also, Alex Morono, Hamzat Chimaev, Dominators, another Derek Lewis. Got one of those last week. Oh, here's another Justin Gaethje to add to that lot. So that one's up to 8. Silver from Optic. So not a bad one to add to that Justin Gaethje lot. So now let's get into this box of Chronicles. Try to keep the boxes away from the microphone as much as I can, but just have to go with what we have. A lot of people like that sound though. Like to hear the sound of boxes and packs opening. So 6 packs, 7 cards per pack. And here we go. This is Chronicles. This is the last box of Chronicles I have for the year. The other things that we have, as I said, I've got, as you see there in the top left of the screen, got a box of 2022 Prism Hobby. I haven't opened any Prism Hobby yet, and so I'm really looking forward to that. But we got the Immaculate in, so we're going to go ahead and open it. I've also got 2 hobby boxes of Optic that I've been waiting on and just haven't got to them yet. Just haven't had enough shows. So here we go with the Chronicles. Aljamain Sterling, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Conor McGregor, Israel Adesanya, Piotr Jan, and that is a Prestige, actually. The Adesanya was an icon. Alex Volkanovski playoff. And another Sean O'Malley. This one, the Contenders Optic. Go with Sean Strickland, Michael Chandler, Cyril Gahn. Again, the inserts. There's an Islam Makhachev Elite, Francis Ngannou Playoff, Kamaru Usman Luminance, and a BJ Penn Legacy. The base cards, Israel Adesanya, Curtis Blades, Jalen Turner, Matt Hughes XR, Glover Teixeira Origins. I really like that. The Origins set this year is really sharp. Kind of look like the Color Blast, just not as sought after. There we go, another John Jones to add to our lot. That's 11. That's actually a different one than what I have. That's an absolute memorabilia. And the last one in that pack, Kamaru Usman, Panini Contenders. There we go, another Sean O'Malley, Valentina Shevchenko, another John Jones. That lot keeps getting bigger and bigger. Israel Adesanya, it's a recon. Israel Adesanya score. Sean Strickland, Rookies and Stars, and Zhang Wei Li playoff. One more pack to go after this. So here's a Grant Dawson, Alex Volkanovski, the Holly Holm bronze that we'll add to that lot. Davidson Figueiredo black, Habib Nurmagomedov prestige, Zhang Wei Li playoff, and Habib Nurmagomedov Phoenix. Last pack before we get to the big one. And Dominic Cruz, Yuri Prochazka, Sean Brady, got a Israel Adesanya icon. Just got to double check these sometimes. On the Chronicles, it kind of hid the numbers. I didn't pull any numbered cards out of any of the boxes of Chronicles I opened this year. So there's a Habib Nurmagomedov Luminance, Glover Teixeira Luminance, and Daniel Cormier Legacy. So nothing numbered in that box, but a few more cards to add to our giveaway lots. If you missed that earlier, John Jones, Jan Blachowicz, Robert Whitaker, Justin Gaethje, and Holly Holm will be giving away 5 fighter lots if you subscribe to the podcast. So that'll be coming up. That drawing will take place on March 5th, so we've got 2 weeks. And if we get up to 100 subscribers, I'll give away all 5 lots. And each one has a numbered card in it. So if you or anyone are into the UFC hobby, the trading card hobby, then make sure that you subscribe to the podcast. Leave us a positive review wherever you're watching or listening, and we'd really appreciate it. So now the time has come, and we are going to get into one of these boxes of Immaculate. And let me take this one away. Make some room, because we're going to open this one up. Got some sleeves for the thicker cards. I know you're just trying to tell me get on with it. Believe me, I'm ready to get into these too. So in these boxes, there's one pack, and it is 6 cards. But on average, you get 3 autographs, 2 memorabilia cards, and everything's numbered 99 or better, I believe. And the base card's numbered to 49. So nice 10 box that our one pack comes in. There we go. There it is. So that'll stand up for us. And let's see what we've got. Just got to open tape on here too. So here we go. Let's see. Not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. Yuri Prochazka, 20 of 25. Right on top. So, what a hit there. I'm going to set these in the box and we'll go through them one by one. So, nice start. Just put those right there. Get some kind of display next time. So here's our next one. The Tisha Torres memorabilia, 53 of 99. Here's a jumbo memorabilia card coming up. Francis Ngannou. And that one is 32 of 99. So halfway done. 3 cards left. Next up, Matt Brown. All-time greats, 86 of 99. And here we go. Derek Lewis. Autograph on card, 63 of 99. Autograph memorabilia card from Derek Lewis. And I'm in the Houston area. Derek Lewis, a Houston area guy. So our first autograph out of this box. We'll get to the final card in here. Another on-card autograph of the champ. Zhang Wei Li, 39 of 99. On-card auto. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not the most perfect card. See a couple little smudges on there. But still pretty good shape on the auto. So, 2 autos we had. Zhang Wei Li and Derek Lewis. And also, don't forget, Matt Brown. All on-card autos, so that's a plus. The Francis Ngannou with the jumbo memorabilia patch. The Tisha Torres memorabilia. And the Yuri Prochazka. That was our lowest numbered card. No autograph, no memorabilia, but a 20 of 25. So a really good pull there of the former light heavyweight champion and probably pretty soon to be light heavyweight title contender Yuri Prochazka. So that was a pretty good box. That's not bad at all. And we will open the other Immaculate box next week. So look forward to that, and that would be awesome. Also have 2 boxes of Optic retail left and another hanger pack of Optic left. So we'll see how much we get to next week. But that's what we were looking forward to this week. And kind of surprised they came in again. Ordered them on Wednesday, got them on Friday. So I was really surprised they got here in time for this show, and I'm glad they did. And I hope that you enjoyed opening that box as much as I did. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, everything's available. If you want anything that I've opened anytime during the show, just reach out to me, Russ at orange-fire.com or at Orange Fire Media on any social media platform, and all that stuff is available for sale. You can just make an offer. I like to think that I'm pretty fair to deal with, and I'll get it out to you pretty quick. Like to make people happy. Like to open stuff that people want, and just make it available for you. This isn't a break. I'm not gonna sell spots in a break. I leave that to Kevin Fernandez. Like I said, he's the best that I know at it, and I'll just leave that area of expertise to him. So we'll just make everything available here. So again, show you those one more time and move up. Get a little bit better look at the Derek Lewis and Zhang Wei Li. But next week we will talk about the UFC Fight Night event from Las Vegas, another Apex event. Nikita Krylov and Ryan Spann will be talking about that. Hopefully there are some other interesting fights on that card. Just kind of looking ahead, March 4th is the big one, and that's kind of where they loaded everything up, is UFC 285. So we'll preview that next week as well and get into another box of Immaculate. But really had a lot of fun opening that. Hope you had fun watching it. If you're listening out there, hope that you got some enjoyment. You can go back and watch later and see what we opened up, see if there's anything that you want to look at. But week 4 and is in the books now, and I really appreciate everyone stopping in, checking us out. Leave me a note on what we can do better, what you want to see, what you want to talk about, and I'm open for it because, as I said, we're just getting this started, getting it off the ground, and just want this to really be your community and really a place that you enjoy coming on your Sunday nights. Every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central Time, right here on the Orange Fire Media Podcast. I'm Russ Reneau, and want to thank you for joining us here again on this Sunday night. Everybody have a good week.